Okay, guys, so, sorry. In the last video, I noticed after I closed it down that I made a mistake. If I open up my test here, it says, sorry, duration is 12 days or less. Okay, so I had to go back. And in my query, in my J12 216 ad sports query, I just changed that. So less than or equal to 12. Okay, and as you can see, if I save that, and if I run the query, okay, I've got considerably more fields in there than I did the last time. We've got 42 fields in there. I did the last time. Just as a point of interest, you can see here, okay, this last field, that's the one that we created way back when. So good, we know that whatever we did in this form, we did correctly because that extra field that we inputted at the end as part of the test is showing up in our queries, it's showing up in forms, it'll show up in reports. So that's great. Okay, now I want to keep on. Now I've done everything as far as a query goes for the tests. Okay, now I'm going to go on to do the report. All right, so let us go back to Access. My query is good as I've shown before, so I'm going to close that. Close my query. Okay, now I'm going to go on and I'm going to create my report. Okay, so all the things that I want in my report are going to be there. The last thing I'm going to do, I will put in this label that will count the number of water codes. I can only do that in my report. I can't do that in a query. Okay, so let's go through it then. Let's go back to database. We go to create, and let's go to report wizard. Okay, I know that everything that was in my query that I created, this one here, the J216 ad sports query, all my fields are there. Everything should be there. Okay, let's just double check. I want it to show course code. Yes. I want it to show location. Yes. I want it to show activity. Yes. I want to show level. Yes. I want to show duration. Yes. I want to show residential. Yes. And I want to show daily cost. Okay, great. So I'm going to port all of that stuff there. How do you want to view your data? I don't really care, so that's cool. Nope. It doesn't matter, just hit the default. I don't want to add any groupings. No. Okay. Do I want to sort anything by ascending? Well, let's go back and check. Okay, so it says sort the ascending order of activity within the ascending order of location. Okay, so let's do that then when we have this. Okay, so I'm going to do sort the ascending activity. Let's do activity, and that's going to be ascending, and the other one was location, which will also be in ascending. Okay, next, tabular is fine. Do we want it to be orientation or portrait? Well, let's check. Okay, with the orientation to be landscape, and we also want it to fit on a single page. Okay, so let's go back to this. We want orientation to be landscape, and that's checked. I adjust the field width so all fields fit on a page. That looks good. Okay, what do we want the title to be? Let's go back to my instructions. My title, I want to have a report title of residential water activities. Okay, so let's do that. That's it. Preview the report, sorry. Yep. Great. Activity. Course code. Okay, so we can see that the report is not displaying in the manner that I wanted it. Don't forget. Okay, so I want it to be displayed in course code, location, activity level, duration, residential, in that order. Okay, so let me go back to that. I can now change these around. Okay, let me show you how to do that. Okay, so we will double click on design view. Okay. Oops, sorry, not design view, sorry. I'm going to go to layout view. Let's get rid of this so I can see everything. Okay, when I'm in layout view, I can see all of my boxes. Okay, I want to make sure that I can first of all read everything. Okay, so can't see that title there, so I'm going to spread that out a little bit more so I can see duration. And I'm actually going to move. Okay. Okay, let me explain what I'm doing now. Okay, so I need to move some of these things around because I can't see all of my titles. And I'm also going to need to move these things around in different orders. Okay, so for example, this level box. Okay, if I click on level and then I click on control, okay, I can select all of the boxes and I can, oops, sorry, I'll go back to that. Select all the boxes and I can adjust the length of those boxes. Okay, that's great. Okay, I'm going to do the same with all of these just to make sure that they are easy to deal with. Okay, course code in there. Let's do the same with location. Okay, let's make location smaller. Okay. Same with activity. Okay, let's make activity. Ooh, make sure that I select the title as well. Okay, I'm just going to make that smaller. Okay, can I see everything in activity? Great. I can see everything in location. Great. Course code. I can see everything in course code. Okay, in fact, I'll make course code even a little bit smaller, since it's such a small field. That's great. I can see everything in level. Great. Okay. I'm going to move duration over. Okay. In order to move everything over, okay, if I select all of them, once again, I clicked on the title, and then I use control, and I clicked on the rest of the column, and that makes it so that I can move everything over. Once it has that four-sided thing, I can move everything over. Okay, just going to expand residential so that I can see it, which is great. Daily costs I can see. Okay, and I can see the outline here. Everything's fitting on one page, which is wonderful. That's what I want. Okay, but I need to show it in. Let's go back. I want course code to be first. Course code, location, activity level. Okay, so let's go back. Let's put course code first. Okay, so I double select this and move everything over to there. And I'm going to do the same with activity. Okay, I'm going to do all this and move activity over there. Okay, so let's move course code over a little bit more. So course code, I want to be first. What do I want to be next? Location, I want to be next, and that activity, I want to be next. So I got location, great. Okay, I'm just going to move location over a little bit more from activity, so we don't crowd anything. Activity, great. I want to be next. Course code, location, activity, level, I want to be next, and then duration. Okay, level and duration. Level, great. I'm going to move level over a little bit more. It's very easy to see. Duration. Let's move duration over a little bit more as well, for the heck of it. Okay. Level, duration, residential, and daily cost. Residential daily cost. Great. Okay, so now everything's in the order that I want, which is wonderful. I'm going to save that. Okay, everything's in the order that I want. It all fits in one page. And I've got all of these records in there. I think go 42. Okay, so let's go back. What else do we need? Orientation, I did that. Fits on a single page. Great. Calculates the total number of course codes in this selection and positions this number under the course code column. Okay, this is something I can't do in query because let me explain what I'm doing. I'm effectively going to count all of my course codes here. So I'm going to put in a little text box and a label that will count every single one of these course codes. And I believe there are 42 of them. So in order to do that, I go into my layout view. Oops, sorry, I go into my design view. So go into design view, okay? And I'm going to create a footer, a report footer, okay? So let's just expand this. It's a little tricky. There we go. Okay, good. So I've expanded report footer so I can actually see it. Okay, so I'm going to put in a text box here that's going to count all of these course codes. Okay, so to do that, I hit design and I hit text box. Okay, and I just click it here. Okay, so text, as you can see here, text 17, that's the label for this. And this thing here, unbound, tells me that I can put in some information. I can actually create a formula to run something. So, okay. Let's double check though that I'm going to make sure that it's going to be in this type of format. In other words, the label is going to be on the left-hand side of that. So let's go back to this. Okay, so I want to create a label called total water codes to the right of this number. Okay, so I've got to move that around. Go back to access. Okay, so in order to move this around, I click on the gray box of text box. I move that over there. I'm going to move this over here. Okay, in this text box, what I want the information in there, I want to say total water codes in that. Okay, so I'm going to expand that a little bit. I'm just going to put in total water codes in there. And I'm going to count all of these course codes. Okay, so very simple. I can do this equals count parenthesis star. Okay. Essentially what that formula does then is that formula right there, that parenthesis with the star tells me, hey, that's a short form code to add up all of the fields that are under this course code, okay? Because I put this label under there, that will by default trap all of those and give me what I want. Okay, so let me save this. Okay, let's hit report. Okay, let's go down. And great, I did it. So I've got total water codes, counts those codes. Okay, I think I have one last thing to do. Has your name, center number, candidate number at the bottom of the report. Okay, very quickly going to do that. What I do then is I go back into design view. Okay, and I can do that very quickly. All right, let's get rid of this text. Okay, in here, under in this report footer, I'm just going to write equals All right, and if I save that and run it, oops, okay, oops, sorry. And I'll show you, I have my name at the bottom and my course thing. And that's great. Okay, so we've done everything for that.